Good morning, brethren, and welcome to our bi-weekly program entitled The Word in a Glimpse, which is broadcast live on Facebook every Monday and every Wednesday at 8 a.m. West Africa time, which is 7 a.m. GMT. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of September 2024, and our topic is the continuation of the topic that we started on Monday, and which is entitled Being Aware of the Helping Presence of Angels. Being aware of the helping presence of angels. Today is part 2. So today's topic is entitled Being Aware of the Helping Presence of Angels, part 2. You see, as we said on Monday, the 9th of September 2024, Satan spares no effort to put trouble in our lives. He sets his demons all around us to make us miserable, to harm us, to make us cry. He hates us for being God's children. He hates us for being loved by God. But in fact, Satan doesn't even need any reason for hating us. He doesn't need any reason to harass us. He doesn't need any reason to harm us. His nature is wickedness. Thus, he is meant to be wicked. And being wicked, he only has pleasure in making people miserable, in making people suffer, in making people cry. To make people miserable, he uses his servants, the demons, and his human agents. In fact, even when Satan uses his human agents, he always also deploys his army of demons, because demons are the only ones who actually fight and act against us in the spiritual world. A sorcerer, for example, or a magician, or a wizard cannot conduct any battle against a child of God if they are not backed by demons, if they don't receive any help from demons. So the devil's agents who do the most work, those who are actually indispensable in fighting us, those are indispensable for Satan's evil works, are demons. This is why we're going to talk mainly or especially or only of demons. We leave apart human agents of Satan. Now, demons are spiritual beings, of course, as we already said on Monday. Thus, it also requires all the spiritual beings to fight them and to defeat them. As a human being, you cannot fight demons and defeat them if you are not backed by spiritual beings who are there to help you and to fight for you in the spiritual world. Because you don't see demons with your own eyes. You don't see them in the physical world. You don't see them around you, yet they are there around you. It's only those who can see them that can also fight them and defeat them. This is why God also sets his angels all around us to help us against demons. This means Satan sets his demons all around us to fight us, to make us miserable, to harm us. But God also sets his angels all around us to fight those demons and defeat them and prevent them from making us miserable, from making us cry. And the minimum number of angels, the minimum number of angels that God provides us with is 1,000 per person. This is what we read in the book of Job chapter 33 on Monday the 9th of September. That the minimum number that God puts at our disposal, at our disposal to fight demons, to help us in any way, that minimum number is 1,000. Let's now read our first scripture this morning. Let's read 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 15 to 17. 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 15 to 17. 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 15 to 17. And when the servant of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, Alas, my master, what shall we do? So he answered, Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. Let's read again. Or let's now start with verse 14 so that we'll get it better. Therefore he sent horses. He is the king of Syria. Therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night and surrounded the city. Most of the time, demons come around us by night, which means they come around us when we are sleeping, when we are not aware of it, when we don't even pay attention. They come to surround us, to do us harm. So therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there, and they came by night and surrounded the city. And when the servant of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, Alas, my master, what shall we do? So he answered, Do not fear, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. You see, Satan, as we know very well, is used to positioning his army of demons all around the children of God, all around all those who actually love God, and around all those who seek the interests of God in their lives and in the surroundings or all around them. Here, for example, we notice one very important thing. The army of the Syrians were surrounding the city. But Elisha said, those who are with us are more than those who are with them. He was talking of demons who were backing that army, who were around every soldier who was there. Which means that what is more most important here is not those soldiers, those Syrian soldiers who were there, but the demons who were backing them. Because they are the ones who were fighting. They are the ones who had to fight before the Syrian army could also fight. If one demon succeeds in defeating Elisha, for example, then the soldier, that demon was helping will then physically defeat Elisha. That is what happens generally. So Satan positions his demons all around the children of God, and he doesn't do it for their protection, of course. It's not to protect the children of God. He does it to destroy them. So he positions his demons all around the children of God for their destruction. Satan's aim is to destroy God's children. Satan's aim is to make God's children the most miserable possible, if not to kill them. But God has promised never to leave his children all alone, never to leave them on their own, not to leave them be an easy prey for Satan. So God told Joshua, no man, this is in Joshua chapter 1, the beginning of the book of Joshua. He said, no man shall be able to stand before you. In other words, no demons backing any man can stand against any angel backing you. So no man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. So even to us today, because we may say, no, that was the Old Testament. But even now in the New Testament era, things have not changed. So even to us who have come to the end of the times, God said the same thing, and he continues saying the same thing. In Matthew chapter 28, verse 20, for example, God said, I am with you. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. So it's the same thing that he told Joshua. Because among other things, God is with us for our protection. God is with us to prevent demons from destroying us. God is with us to protect us against the works of Satan. Thus, God also positions his army of angels around us for our protection. Satan positions his demons around us, his army of demons around us, to harass us, to harm us, to make us miserable, to destroy us. But God positions his angels all around us to protect us, to make us happy, in other words. So it's for our protection. And as we already said, those angels that God positions around us are much more numerous than the demons. They are much more numerous than the demons. This is why Elisha could tell his servant, those who are with us, meaning the angels of God who are with us, are more than the demons who are with them. So the angels of God who are with us are more than the demons that Satan positions around us. This we must keep in mind and not be negatively moved. So the fact that we don't see the angels of God around us doesn't mean that they don't exist. You know, demons exist and angels also exist. Demons are there to attack us. Angels are there to protect us. It is true that we don't see angels around us. It's true that we don't see the angels that God has appointed around us for our protection. Yet we must be certain that the angels actually are around us. That God has actually positioned his angels all around us. And that they are more than the demons that Satan has set against us. We must be aware of this. We must be convinced of it. The angels that God has positioned around us are more numerous than the demons that Satan has positioned against us. And when we are aware of the presence of these angels, when we are aware of the helping presence of God's angels, we will be more at peace. We will hold our peace. We will not be shaken. When we are aware of the helping presence of God's angels in our lives, we will not be fearful. We will not fear any given situation that may come to us, that we may encounter. When we are aware of the helping presence of God, of the helping presence of God's angels around us, we shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. This is what we read in Psalms 91, verses 5 and 6. And all these things are works of Satan, through demons, of course. So all these things that we said, the terror, the flying arrow, the walking pestilence, destruction, and so on, all those things are works of Satan performed by demons. And in the verse that follows, Psalms 91, verse 7, it is said, 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Why are people falling at our side and at our right hand? Because they are being attacked and overcome by the demons. And why shall it not come near us? Because we are surrounded by the angels of God. So these angels who are surrounding us are preventing the demons from coming near us, from reaching the goal of destroying us. This is what it means. Let's now read our last scripture this morning, Genesis chapter 28, verse 12. Genesis chapter 28, verse 12. Genesis chapter 28, verse 12. Let's read. Then he dreamed, and behold, a ladder was set up on the earth, and its top reached to heaven. And there the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. So here they are talking of Jacob. He is Jacob. Then Jacob dreamed, and behold, a ladder was set up on the earth, and its top reached to heaven. And there the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. It's very important for us to understand very well this scripture. You see, the presence of God's angels in our lives is in fact continuous. the movement of angels between heaven and earth, the movement of angels between earth and earth is continuous. The movement of angels, of God's angels, between heaven and our lives is continuous. So when an angel, for example, leaves the group of angels that God has positioned around us, and he goes back to heaven, he is immediately replaced by another angel from heaven. So when we are aware that there is a whole army of angels all around us, when we are aware that these angels' role is to protect us from demons, when we are aware that these angels are more numerous than the demons, when we are aware that the presence of these angels in our lives is continuous, then we hold our peace and we don't fear Satan and his demons at all. We then clearly understand that we, in whom Jesus Christ dwells, we are more than conquerors. Indeed, through Jesus Christ himself, of course. Dear brethren, God bless you abundantly beyond all your expectations.